It finally happened. Foreign invasion lands on American soil. But they didn't count on one thing. The modern American Minuteman. Imagine a modern day Red Dawn breaks out. I'm not talking teenagers with rifles as the heroes. I'm talking trained, seasoned, hard-hitting resistance. What would that look like today? Team, in this video I want to talk about some gear that may be needed for these types of scenarios, as well as a few pieces of tactical knowledge that I want to try to put into your kit bag. Make sure you leave some comments down below as we all continue to master our craft and develop our tactical virtue. You'll notice I wasn't carrying any sort of sustainment pack. Now, you can what if this all day, up one side and down the other, but in this particular scenario that we're kind of talking about, that's not something that I'm going to take. And I want to try to illustrate some of this gear, as well as to pay homage to some of the legendary badasses from the Vietnam War. One of the first pieces of kit I want to draw your attention to is the Sniper's Veil. This thing has been a go-to for me for over 20 years. My favorite one I lost on the Seer Challenge Season 1, but this thing can be used to break up your silhouette. It can be used to dip into a creek in order to cool your core body temperature. Now, if you're maybe a basement dweller and you've never stepped outside of your mom's basement in order to actually train, you may not be aware of just how quickly your core body temperature can elevate. So unless you want the silver bullet, make sure you have a shemagh and access to some water. Next up, the old boonie. Of course, I'm wearing my awesome stoked cap right now, but the boonie cap is definitely a go-to. My dad's from Vietnam, had a super wide brim. But speaking of Vietnam, I'm wearing blue jeans, right? And I know you're like, Stoke, man, you need some ultra $300 high-speed low-drag pants, UF Pro style, right? You got to keep your little cojones cool or whatever. Man, that all sounds well and good, but read the stories of MACV SOG in Vietnam and tell me what they were wearing. Pretty badass shit. And so I do also, in keeping with some Alice gear, prefer my deuce gear, right? My 782 deuce gear. The only thing I really want to draw your attention, I've done layouts of this in the past. You can search the channel for that content. But having the ability to effect evasion and survival needs to be on your person. Whatever it is that you want to take to do that, it's probably the same stuff I'm taking to do that with as well. A couple quarts of water, and I got 7 magazines on my belt, plus 1 in the weapon. Speaking of the weapon, .300 blackout, shooting subsonic ammunition. I know all of you 300 haters out there. I don't care. This is what I like, and this is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is frickin' mine. So leave it alone. It's better than yours anyways. Also has a EOTech optic on it, as well as some backup sights. So let's get out into the field. Now, attention to detail as it relates to movement to contact cannot be overstated. You need to consider the size, shape, slope, elevation, and orientation of all of your major and minor terrain features. You need to stay away from what's known as a natural line of drift, a portion of the terrain, natural or man-made, that funnels you into a particular direction. Back onto gear as it specifically relates to this notion or this idea of moving to contact. You'll notice one of the things that I don't have is a radio. I don't have a cheap Baofeng radio. I don't have a cell phone. I don't have any means of electronically communicating with somebody else, and there's a reason for that. It is all too easy for a well-equipped adversary to be able to triangulate your position. And once they know where you are, better be prepared for hell on wheels. And that's exactly what you are looking to do. You're trying to bring contact to the enemy. So at this point, you've already trained and rehearsed all of the individual and team and collective skills that are required. And you're looking for a good spot when you're conducting your map reconnaissance. One of the primary areas to be able to initiate contact is a sharp bend in the road, because here we can set up what's known as an L-shaped ambush, and once initiated, it is almost impossible to defend against. But key word and note here, make sure that after you're set in, before contact is initiated, that you work down and view your positions from the enemy's point of view. Team man, I hope you enjoyed the content of this one. If you did, make sure you leave some comments down below. Maybe in the next video, we'll talk about some reality checks as far as building a group of dudes that can train together for any sort of scenario. Team, I appreciate you guys. Dang, man, I know you guys know how to do all of the YouTube stuff, man, but if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, consider checking out that book right there. It's available on Amazon as well as my website, Stokermatic.com, if you want a signed copy. Appreciate you guys, man. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date with future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.
We know you're out there! Come to my voice!